The main fight for the prelims here, Youssef Zalal, my boy, taking on Ilia Topuria. Youssef Zalal is one of our favorite fighters to bet on the podcast. A lot of you know me. We've backed him time and time again, every opportunity we get the chance to. And here we go. 10-2, taking on undefeated Topuria, who is 8-0, making his UFC debut. Youssef Zalal, very, very strong defensive striker. That's my favorite thing about him. He is elusive. He is hard to hit. This guy has perfected the I hit you, you can't hit me back style of technique. He's a great, solid grappler, good wrestling, slick submission game. He's always hunting for that finish. He wears people out. You know that? He beats on them, he frustrates them, and then when he gets them in a scramble, he gets them trying to go for the finish. That's when he pounces. Zalal has a 72% takedown defense rating, and in his last fight, he damn near got that choke. He was this close to getting the submission for us. We had that sub prop. He had it in round 2 and in round 3. Damn near got it. Topuria is very impressive, I'll be honest. Extremely impressed with what I've seen from this kid. He's another submission specialist, so these guys are going to go to war on the ground. He's heavy on his feet, likes to plod forward, he works behind the jab, he rips the body with hooks, and that's one of my favorite things to see when it comes to MMA fighters. Highly intelligent to rip the body, damage the gas tank, and bank that for later. It pays off in rounds 2 and 3. Offensive grappling game, he looks to take his opponents down. And he's got heavy top control. You don't want to be under this guy. This is another one that if he gets on top of you, you are in a bad, bad spot. He's also coming off his first knockout win, which always leaves me wondering. You can see grapplers fall in love with their striking. And he's coming off a big, big, nasty knockout win. So if he comes into the UFC and suddenly fancies himself a striker, this is the wrong opponent to test that game out. The other thing I want to mention on Topuria is that he's only been to round 2 once in his entire career. What we've got here, in my opinion, is another prime spot for Youssef Zalal. Now, again, I haven't made my move just yet because I'm trying to figure out what I want to do, but I need to decide what I want to do a lot sooner than later because Zalal is minus 185. He's very reasonably priced. He opened up at minus 270. 270, and now we're getting him right around that minus 200 range. Topuria is about plus 160, and this is a live dog. I'll be honest with you. This is another spot where the dog in round 1, the dog in round 2, he's live, but I think he needs a finish. Topuria is not going to out-hustle Youssef Zalal. It's not going to happen. Youssef Zalal is going to use the same style we have seen him employ over and over and over again. This kid, that's one of the reasons why I like betting on him so much is you know exactly what you're getting from Youssef Zalal. He does not break from his game plan. He is going to stick and move. He's going to make Topuria work to hit him. And when Topuria has a hard time hitting him, Youssef Zalal will open up on him. If Topuria can't get him up against the fence, now remember, we're in Fight Island, we're in the big cage, and these are featherweights. Topuria's going to try and take him down. But if he can't catch Zalal, it's going to look like Holly Holm did last weekend. He's going to be circling out. He's going to be moving around. He's going to be sticking to the outside, trying not to get his back up against the fence. If Topuria gets Zalal on his back, we've got a problem. But in any other circumstance, I think Zalal picks this kid apart for 15 minutes. And we don't know what Topuria's going to look like in round 2 or round 3 because he's never been there. We've got Zalal, who's a decision machine. Zalal finishing in round 3 is a very, very live prop, I think, that I might look at sprinkling out a little later in the week because, again, we don't know how Topuria is going to look when he gets in there. And this is a really tall order for Topuria making his UFC debut. If he comes in here and he beats Zalal, that's a statement. We're going to need to watch out for this kid if that happens. So just be forewarned about that. But I'm in Zalal's corner here. I'm looking to parlay him. I'm looking to make limitless music. Yeah, I'm not comparing Topuria to Aldana. I'm comparing Zalal to Holm. Let's just be clear on that. So I'm looking to maybe parlay Zalal. I'm looking to maybe play Zalal by decision. I saw a couple people in the chat looking at the over. The over 1.5 is very much in play in this kind of a spot because a guy like Topuria is a first-round machine. They're probably going to respect that. We probably get a 1.5 total for this one. That over 1.5 might be very, very, very... That might be the spot. That might be the spot on this fight to bet. So at this point, No moves. I'm expecting a Zalal win unless Topuria does something early. I plan to have a bet on this fight. I just am not sure quite where it's going to go yet. So make sure you give me a follow at Diehard MMA Pod over on Twitter, because when I lock in my bets, that's where you'll find them. I announce them immediately after I lock them in, so you can try and get the line as soon as I do. I don't want to be that guy that comes out on Saturday and goes, all right, here's my 7 picks, and you missed all the line value. No, what we do here on the Die Hard MMA podcast is we give you all the reads, all the thought process, all the betting lines for free. We're never going to ask for a damn thing, so make sure you smash that like button. That's all we're looking for. That's all we're looking for. And JR, that's what's up. Save it for the madness. For those of you that don't know, I do a show, Total Madness, usually comes out Wednesday or Thursday here on Odds HQ, and I go back over the card. I re-break it down, except we keep in mind the totals. Over and under 1.5, 2.5. That's the specific purpose of that show. So we'll get more into the totals a little later in the week.